You're buying a home in Idaho, you've saved for the down payment or maybe getting down payment assistance, found the house, negotiated the offer, and then somebody starts talking to you about closing costs, title fees and escrow fees and appraisal fees and lender fees and insurance and taxes. And suddenly you're wondering, who pays for all this stuff? The buyer? The seller? The lender? Well, the answer is probably all three. So let's break it down. First, there's one thing every home buyer needs to understand. Your down payment and your closing costs are not the same thing. Your down payment goes towards the purchase price of your home. Closing costs are expenses associated with getting the mortgage and completing the transaction. Those can include things like appraisal, title and escrow fee, recording, lender charges, home insurance, property taxes, and prepaid expenses. So, who normally pays them? Generally, the buyers have their own closing costs and the sellers have theirs. But here is where it gets interesting. The sellers may be able to pay for some, if not all, of the buyer's closing costs. And that's something a lot of buyers overlook. Seller paid closing costs are negotiable. The seller doesn't have to pay them. And there's no rule that says, congratulations on the selling of your house, you're paying all the buyer's costs. But depending upon the market, the offer, your loan program, you may be able to negotiate a seller's credit towards closing costs. And realtors, this is where you get involved. Before making the offer, ask for seller paid closing costs, talk to your buyer's lender. We can estimate how much a buyer actually needs and determine their loan program. Don't ask for $15,000 if you only need $8,000. Let's structure the loan around the actual number. Now, there's another part of closing costs that buyers don't nearly pay enough attention to: lender fees. Everybody wants to know, what's my interest rate? And that obviously matters a lot. But there's another question you should ask. What are you charging me to get that rate? Because two lenders can quote the same interest rate and have very different closing costs. One might be charging you discount points. Another might be charging you a processing fee, an application fee, an administration, and other lender charges. It's kind of like buying concert tickets online. The ticket price looks fantastic until you get to the checkout and discover there's 12 more fees added on. So when you're comparing lenders, compare the entire loan estimate. Look at the interest rate, look at the APR, look at the discount point, and look at the lender charges, and look at the total cash to close. As a mortgage broker, this is also something we do differently at First Choice Mortgage. We don't charge a lot of junk fees. We're not piling on unnecessary processing, application, or miscellaneous lender fees just because we can. And eliminating those unnecessary lender fees can help you reduce your overall closing costs. So here's what I want you to remember from this video. Number one, your down payment and closing costs are two different things. Two, sellers can pay closing costs and it's negotiable. And number three, compare lender fees, not just the interest rate. If you're buying a home in Idaho and want to know what your actual cash to close is, give me a call. And if you already have a loan estimate from another lender, send it over. We'll give you a free, no obligation second look and help you understand exactly what you're paying. Realtors, if you got a buyer who's confused about closing costs, forward them this video. And if you found this helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, or share it with someone who you think is purchasing a home. Thanks for watching, and as always, make it a great day.